Pseudosciences are beliefs or practices that seem kind of sciencey, except for the fact that no one involved is overly concerned with testing their hypotheses. For instance, some people put their faith in aliens having built the Egyptian pyramids, the Bermuda Triangle having unusual powers, and the existence of Bigfoot. While some of these pseudosciences, such as homeopathy, are borderline believable, there are an abundance of those lesser-known theories that leave you scratching your head in disbelief. Whether you think they're true or not, there's no denying that the following top 10 items are some of the weirdest pseudosciences in existence. Number 10. Rumpology. The next time you're caught staring at someone's derriere, tell them you're a rumpologist giving a free psychic reading. If they don't believe you, refer them to the work of Jacqueline Stallone, Ulf Buck, Sam Amos, and others, all of whom insist that butts can offer insight into a person's future. Instead of inspecting hands, rump readers inspect the cracks, crevices, folds, and dimples of the booty. Although everyone's bum is unique, rumpologist Sam Amos explains that a round bottom suggests a person is open, happy, and optimistic, whereas a flat bottom can mean someone is vain, negative, and sad. The number one rumpologist in America, there doesn't seem to be much competition, is none other than Sylvester Stallone's mother, Jacqueline Stallone. She claims that the left cheek reveals a person's past, the right cheek the future, and the crack represents the line separating the two hemispheres of the brain. Stallone also says that she is simply reviving an ancient art which dates back to the early Babylonians, Indians, Greeks, and Romans. While most butt readers prefer to examine a client's rear in person, Stallone can provide a reading with only a digital photograph and $125. Number 9. Flat Earth. While most of us grew up thinking that folks from the Middle Ages believed the world was flat and feared that Christopher Columbus would sail off the edge of the map, today's historians have refuted this myth and assure us that nearly everyone, since about the 4th century BC, considered the Earth to be round. That said, there were and still are a few flat earthers out there. Yes, despite Magellan's crew navigating the globe, the advent of aeronautics, the photos of clearly globular Earth taken by spacecraft, members of the Flat Earth Society maintain that it's all conspiracy. According to the Flat Earth Society website, the world looks flat, the bottoms of clouds are flat, the movement of the sun. These are all examples of your senses telling you that we do not live on a spherical, heliocentric world. So how do flat earthers explain why astronauts haven't noticed a pancake-like Earth? They maintain that space agencies are faking space travel and that the moon landing was a hoax. Similarly, they reason that photos are easily manipulated or misleading. Barrel distortion, camera quirks, and the sun's rounded spotlight can all create the false appearance of a curved horizon. Number 8. Psychic surgery. Psychic surgeons allege that they can heal people who are suffering from cancer and other potentially terminal diseases merely through touch. Practitioners are everywhere, yet they are especially popular in Brazil and the Philippines. In Manila alone, there are several hundred active psychic surgeons. Typically, these surgeons will place their hands on a patient's abdomen, making an incision with their finger, or push and contort the person's skin as if they were actually reaching inside the body. Although the skin is usually not physically cut, observers will see blood flowing and tissues being extracted, and the surgeon will claim that he is removing the diseased areas. Critics say that psychic surgeons are merely using sleight of hand along with animal blood and organs in order to trick onlookers. Illusionists like Chris Angel and Penn and Teller have even recreated the deception on their own shows in an effort to debunk psychic surgeons. Number 7. Pyramid power. Some people claim that the so-called pyramid power can preserve food, keep razor blades forever sharp, improve health, increase sex drive, and more. Supposedly, the ancient Egyptians knew about these paranormal forces and used the geometric shape to their own advantage. Most devotees relay a story about Bovis being inspired when, upon visiting the Great Pyramid, he discovered non-decomposed animals inside the tomb. However, Bovis personally refuted this story and said that he had never been to Egypt, but he had made his discoveries after creating pyramid models. There's virtually no scientific evidence either proving or disproving the power of pyramids, yet that hasn't stopped supporters from sleeping under them, storing food under them, living in them, and even creating a model of the Pyramid of Khufu and using it as a winery. Number 6. Attachment therapy. According to attachment therapy, the primary reason kids misbehave is that they have not been properly bonded with their parent or caregiver. In order to find a solution to this problem, the parent, guided by a therapist, must use a variety of methods to push the child towards a point of catharsis, after which the youngster will be able to behave with a suitable amount of affection. Even if the kid is spared from the purely physical trauma, some of the more bizarre psychological practices, such as rebirthing and forced bottle feeding, are more than enough to leave some mental scars. Unfortunately, some attachment therapists lure parents into taking such drastic action by alleging that untreated children can end up becoming a psychopath like Ted Bundy. Number 5. Melanin Therapy. The exact nature of the theory varies among followers, but the most common principle is that ancient Egyptians were black-skinned and the source of all civilization, a correlation which was by no means incidental. White people are said to have inferior levels of melanin in comparison with their darker-skinned counterparts, and are mere genetic mutations of the ultimate humans, Africans. One of the most outspoken supporters of the melanin theory, Professor Leonard Jeffries, referred to whites as pigment-challenged ice people who are cold, egotistical, and exploitive. Comparatively, blacks are the sun people, warm, friendly, unfailingly humanistic, and spiritual. Geneticists and biochemists have proven that all humans have fairly similar amounts of neuromelanin, brain melanin, and that no type of melanin has any supernatural abilities. Number 4. Body earthing. Body earthers theorize that an overabundance of free radicals within our bodies can lead to diabetes, cancer, inflammation, and all sorts of other ailments. While some antioxidant-possessing foods can counteract free radicals, earthers say that we're missing out on one of the most vital antioxidants of all, the earth. Apparently, the earth can transfer positive electrons into the body, and these electrons have the ability to neutralize potential harmful free radicals. The ball of the foot is the ideal area to absorb the electrons, since it connects to all acupuncture meridians and essentially connects to every nook and cranny of your body. But just being in general contact with the ground is meant to be beneficial. Unlike our ancestors who regularly walked and slept on Earth, it is thought that our newfangled rubber-soled shoes, concrete, and skyscrapers have all led to detrimental health effects by limiting our exposure to natural ground. Number 3. Urine Therapy. Medical doctors have said that drinking urine is pointless at best, and in some cases can even lead to serious health complications. Urine from healthy individuals contains urea, creatine, uric acid, ammonia, and other toxins. Urine from sick people may also contain acetone, salts from heavy metals, or even malignant bacteria. The practice is particularly dangerous for pregnant women, as it can lead to miscarriage or diseases of the fetus. Sadly, it seems like you shouldn't even sprinkle your leg with the golden liquid when stung by a jellyfish, since it can make things worse by activating pneumatosis remaining on the site of the sting. Number 2. Mimetics. The fundamental concept behind mimetics predates the internet craze, as it was first introduced by Richard Dawkins in his 1970 book, The Selfish Gene. Dawkins argues that memes use human minds as a host and replicate or change as they jump from individual to individual. Their success in the culture largely depends on the host's willingness to contribute to their dissemination. In chapter 11 of his book, Dawkins states, "When you plant a fertile meme in my mind, you literally parasite my brain, turning it into a vehicle for the meme's propagation, in just the way a virus may parasite the genetic mechanism of a host cell." And this isn't just a way of talking. The meme for, say, belief in life after death is actually realized physically millions of times over as a structure in the nervous systems of individual men the world over. Some advocates even cite God as the ultimate meme. They don't deny that God exists, but they believe that he only exists in the form of an idea, which has spread over thousands of years and which has taken on many forms and personalities based on mutations caused by a particular host. Number 1. Dowsing. Dowsing is the practice of using a rod or stick to locate things underground. Often, the thing in question is water, but oil, metal, gems, and gravestones are also frequently sought after. During the process, the practitioner will usually hold a Y or L-shaped stick and follow its movements to the site of the sought-after material. The stick may bob up and down or lean to the left or right, seemingly directing the holder of the instrument. While it may seem odd that a twig could lead anyone to water, there are in fact many believers. For centuries, large communities of dowsers have existed in both America and Europe, and today they even meet up for large national conventions. Some dowsers think that the rods work by reacting to minerals in the ground, yet others need no scientific basis for the practice, and assume that the divining rods help them connect with a higher power. In truth, the effectiveness of dowsing is hard to prove or disprove. There is, after all, a lot of stuff in the ground. Whenever water does turn up, it encourages believers to keep on believing. That was our list of the top 10 bizarre things that people believe in. Which do you think was the most bizarre? Comment down below, I'd like to know. And don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell so you get notified the moment we upload a new video. Thanks for watching, and see you on the next video.